Hi. Yeah, I'm about to do something that makes me really nervous, that kind of terrifies me a little bit. Been on this journey for a couple years now, but really in the past year, of coming into more fullness, of sitting with what's real, what's happening, what my experience in life truly is, and how it touches me. And a part of that journey has been to open up vulnerably and share and acknowledge not just what's happening in myself, but to myself, and admitting what I'm actually experiencing, what my true feelings are, not denying the life that is flowing through me, around me, and creating all these amazing and sometimes not so amazing experiences that I get to go through. But something I've been tiptoeing more and more into is to openly share these true parts of myself with others. And today I wanted to kick off and share something that I'm starting, and aspects of my life that I don't typically share with others. And it relates to my health and wellness, my physical well-being. And these past couple months in California have been so wonderful, but it also triggered some health things that was not expecting, didn't really see on my horizon, and kind of took me a lot by surprise. And now I'm in this mode of trying to figure out what to do, and honestly, for the first time in my life, taking control back of my physical well-being and not playing victim to the medical system and what I've been told. Yeah, so when I was very young, middle school age, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis and have been struggling with digestive issues nearly my whole life, on and off again, going through flare-ups and coming into having it under control, thinking that things are good, and then different stressful, chaotic things in my life triggering flare-ups again, and going through these cycles of there is something wrong with me, and having to figure out time and time again how to unwind from that kind of like self-hate, self-loathing, this damaging mindset about my body and my well-being, and wanting things to be different. And with a lot of these autoimmune conditions, with which you see is one of a crazy number that are plaguing so many people nowadays, what we're told is that we have this for life, that these conditions are a part of our being, part of who we are, and we just have to live with it and suffer and be on medicines and just figure out how to cope and get by. And it was just always something that has never sat with me. I never believed, I don't believe that. And yet I would still see the pattern of it coming back time and time again, would try different things and feel like I have it under control and then just get sideswiped again. And so when I came out here back in mid-February, I was in the mindset of my body is doing so good. Everything is feeling wonderful. I off meds, everything's good. I feel totally healthy. And when I came out here, over the weeks of getting here, my digestive system started acting up again. And not knowing why. Part of it was I was in denial, thinking, well, I'm just moving, the stress of moving, the stress of changing my diet slightly, going to different potlucks, and eating foods I don't normally eat. So I went through a little bit of trying to get my diet under control. But then over my time here, come to realize that I was being exposed to a lot of mold in the place I was staying at. And the mold was triggering this flare-up and this cycle. And there's a lot of talk of molds and toxins and things like that having huge effects on our autoimmune system and the way our bodies can process and handle, and with all these kind of infiltrators to our body, it shows up differently in everyone for how we react to these things. And I knew I was exposed to mold growing up too from a childhood home, and kind of just coming into realization that I've been exposed again, and it is clearly affecting my digestive system when nothing else is triggering it. So fast forward a couple weeks after my digestive system started getting worse and worse, and it got to a point where I'd have to do something again, something drastic, and now is the time to like really take my healing into my own hands and take responsibility for it. And so I decided to work with this people, Detox Nation, to do this 6-month detoxing process to get all this mold and other things that I've been exposed to over the years out of my system, knowing that that's gonna help with all these health issues I've been struggling with. For the past year, I've been hearing more and more stories of people with autoimmune issues like myself that have gone through these similar detox processes and have had nearly all their symptoms, all their diseases and illnesses, diagnoses that they were told they would be suffering with their whole life go away just by clearing these things from the body, these things that, these like hidden stressors, these hidden things that we were not made to be living with, or we just, our bodies are not as up to speed with how to process and eradicate these things from our system in as quick of a manner as how we're exposed to stuff nowadays. So yeah, I decided that I'm ready to release and let all these things leave my body so that I can come back to a starting place and let these burdens go. Maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I sent a sample, a urine sample off to be tested, and it came back, and no surprise, there was like a lot, like a buttload of mold in my body. Like the levels were extremely high, and I'll share little snips of the results. It was shockingly high how much was actually in my system, and No wonder my body is having trouble healing itself and reacting like crazy, trying to get this stuff out and showing up in these really uncomfortable digestive symptoms. So I'm gonna share over the next weeks and months this process I'm going through, in the hopes to encourage people that we can all take control of our healing and we don't have to sit back and live with the mindset of we're stuck with these illnesses for life, and there's ways to get better. There's ways to bring our bodies back to wholeness so that we can live fully, live freely, live happily, and we don't have to be stuck in this medical system loop of control and fear mindsets and give our power away to other people. We can clean ourselves up, we can clean our bodies, we can clean our minds, we can clean our emotions, our traumas, and live how we want to live. Two days ago was a kickoff meeting I had with the Detox Nation practitioner, and we went over the tox results. I came up with a plan for the first month, like a protocol for me to follow, and it's a little overwhelming. When it was sent to me, it was a lot to go through, a little shocking. Can I do all of this? And then I slept on it and looked at it again the next day, and realizing I can just take one bite at a time, one day at a time, implementing these changes. And so I just want to send everyone some love, and want to bring you guys on this journey with me, this journey into healing. Sending you all so much love. And it's time to release. Bye bye.